Welcome everybody to another exciting episode of Wine, Hops, and Road Stops right here on location at the Beer Stop in West Hazleton. I'm with my co-host Alan. Alan, how are you doing today?
Doing fantastic as always.
Actually kind of nice out today.
It's gorgeous. Good beer drinking weather.
That's right, and just like the gorgeous day we had when we were at the Hazleton Rotary Wine and Beer Festival last month. So, without further ado, let's check out that segment right now. I'm with Alan, co-host of Wine, Hops, and Road Stop. Alan, talk to me about the beer festival, man.
I'll tell you what, every year it just keeps getting better and better. This year we probably have close to 2,000 people. We got about 50 vendors out here. I brought 100 different beers to try today. So everybody could have got a little bit of sample of over 100 different beers. Some of us drank more than others, but we won't get into that. We have a couple of different vendors from Wicked Weed came down. The people from Resort Beverage came down. Vrastro's came down. It's been a lot of fun. You probably could have tried about 150 different beers if you were here today. Here's the real thing. Will you drink for charity? All the money for your tickets goes to the Hazleton College Fund. Local kids win scholarships, so it's a great way to give back to the community and have a lot of fun yourself.
PJ, tell me about the beer festival today. What have you had? What have you tried? What did you enjoy?
Lots of wine.
You're a wine drinker?
No. No, not even a little bit.
Well, it's good to try new things, right? It was good. What about the beers? Anything good?
The jalapeno, that was fantastic. From Cunningham Brewery, fantastic.
I'm here with Mark at the Cunningham Brewing Company. I've been hearing about the jalapeno lager all day. Mark, hook me up with some, man. Tell me about it a little bit while you pour it, please.
All right, well, we have here jalapeno lager is one of our staples. It's what we're really known for. It's a light lager as its base. It's infused with all natural jalapeno peppers. It captures the essence of the jalapeno pepper without too much burn. So you can actually just keep drinking this beer. If you like a little bit of heat, you're gonna love this beer.
All right, well, you know what, guys? I'm gonna try it right now. I'll tell you what, it keeps getting better and better for the Cunningham Brewing Company. That is a fantastic lager and a fantastic jalapeno lager because there's a little bit of bite, not too much, but there's a lot of flavor there. And you're with Wicked Weed?
Yes, sir.
I had your IPA earlier. That's still on tap. Please tell me it's still is it gone?
No, we've kicked both the Pilsner and the IPA.
Let me tell you guys, the IPA was fantastic. I'm not a big sour beer guy though, but they had a sour, which was good too. But that IPA, that was right on.
Yeah, so that was called Pernicious IPA. It's a West Coast style IPA, and it was actually the first time a brewery from the Southeast medaled at the Great American Beer Festival in the West Coast IPA style. So when after that took a medal there, it just took off for us.
Oh, what's your favorite beer that you had today?
I would have to say I liked the Lion's Head White Belgian Ale. Like, I was surprised. It's really smooth. It's a cheap beer, and I love it. And you can get it at the Beer Stop. I love this festival. It's so much fun. You get so much beer. It's worth the money. I love it.
You can try any kind of beer you like. You can meet amazing people. You can get amazing beer and wine and great music.
All right, so it's a local beer, Lion's Head, local beer, right? Tell me about the Belgian White Ale.
Well,
Belgian White Ale, Lion's Head.
Belgian White Ale is Lion's Head is a light beer. It's not a dark beer, it's a light beer. So if you like light beer, that's the way to go. And if you like something different, that's the way to go too.
And it's made locally, so we always like to support local businesses. Are you enjoying the beer festival today?
Of course, why not? It's a beer fest.
What's not to like, right? Tell me about Blake's Hard Cider.
Blake's Hard Cider is a cidery in Michigan, 800-acre farm. We grow everything there for our cider. It's all natural, farm to can. We have some great flavors like our El Chavo here, which is our mango habanero.
That's pretty popular today.
It is, and it's my favorite. We are coming out with an IPA cider for our winter seasonal called Fido that will help fund PTSD dogs for veterans.
Ooh, dogs, that's good. I like dogs.
Dogs, absolutely.
Anything that helps pets and dogs, I'm down with that.
I like dogs.
Some people. Cat people. Cat people don't like dogs.
Well, I'm definitely a dog person.
Me and this guy have run into each other over and over again in the weirdest places in the world. since like we were what, maybe teenagers?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird, isn't it? All right, Jeff, what do you like about the beer festival today?
Oh, I like it because all the different beers you can try. You know, it's a great event.
If you want to give advice to somebody coming to a beer festival, any beer festival, what's the advice you can give them?
Try the Oktoberfest. It's always good.
Joe, hey, how's it going, man?
Oh, good. How are you?
What was your favorite thing about today?
The beer, of course.
And what was your favorite beer so far?
I'm going to have to say the Double Cannon.
I'm with Stephanie from the Berwick Brewing Company, and Stephanie is about to serve me some, what do we got here?
We have some Pilsner here for you.
The only beer they have left, pretty much, is their Pilsner. Everything went. See, so far, everything I've had from the Berwick Brewing Company, I'll be honest about this, you can tell Tom, everything I've had so far has been fantastic. And this is their Pilsner. It's nice, it's crisp, it tastes like a Pilsner. Has a little bit more of a bouquet than I thought. Excellent Pilsner, like everything from the Berwick Brewing Company. Well, that will do it for the 7th annual Hazleton Rotary Wine and Beer Festival. We had a lot of great food, drank a lot of great beers and wines. We listened to a lot of great music and hung out with some great people. Beer Fest! I'm sure next year, Wine Hops and Road Stops will be back again for another report on the Hazleton Rotary Wine and Beer Festival. Welcome back to Wine, Hops, and Road Stop, shot on location here at the Beer Stop in West Hazleton. Today we're going to talk about hops, one of my favorite subjects, because hops are what give the beer a lot of its flavor, correct?
Correct, and it's also an aging process as well. The Indian Pale Ale started out because they would add extra hops to the beer and allow them to make the sea journey from England to India. Thus, so Indian Pale Ale.
It preserves the beer, right?
Correct, yes. The more hops you put in, the more hoppier it is. That's why people like you are called hopheads.
That's right. So what do we have in front of us today?
Okay, today we have a nice selection of a few different types of the major types of hops.
Here are some of the popular hops you'll find when drinking a lot of the craft beers that are made today. Cascade gives the beers a medium-strength citrus and grapefruit taste with pine and floral scents. Centennial hops, nice floral aroma with a slight lemon flavor. Chinook, heavy on the pine notes, a little bit of a spice and citrus or grapefruit taste. Citra, sweet aromas and flavors. The aroma leans towards a tropical fruit. Mosaic, packed full of intense fruit flavor. Mosaic hops are earthly and tropical. And finally, Galaxy hops, created in Australia. Lots of citrus, lots of passion fruit taste. So what we're going to check out today is a bunch of beers that are just mainly one hop.
One hop, some of them are a blend of hops. However, we're trying to do kind of the, beer 404. Theoretically speaking, if you like one hop style, you should like most of the beers that are produced within that hop style. First one we have is the Lunatic Blonde from Wicked Weed. Now this hop is a Mandarin Bavarian hop. This is a very light hop, specifically made for, again, lighter beers. It also basically shows you how even if you have hops in something, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be over the top bitter. There's a slight hop flavor, but it's for what you would expect from a hoppy beer, nowhere near. So that's kind of like a beach beer if you have to.
I could see drinking that at the beach.
Next one is the Centennial IPA from Founders, one of both of our favorites.
Yes.
And this is the Centennial hop, which they say basically starts off with a citrus nose, but not so much citrus when you drink it, more clean bitterness is how the actual hop is described.
Right, there's not a lot to this beer as far as smell goes. It's not overbearing.
No. Tastes great.
Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite go-to IPAs. Nice, run it middle of the road, we'll say.
Everything from Founders is always over the top excellent.
Now we're getting into something a little different.
Right, this is a brand new beer. I've never had this one before. This is the Glorious, which has the Galaxy hop in it from Lord Hobo.
Even on the can it says Galaxy
Pale Ale, yeah.
For a pale ale, whoa, wow.
Yeah,
there's a lot of...
It says passion fruit and citrus tones with grassy notes. So I don't know if we're going to be able to get the grassy notes, but...
I don't really taste grass, but...
Well, what does grass taste like?
Ask my dog. This is a good beer, though. Wow, this is really nice.
It is nice. I would actually almost think it is an IPA, not just a pale ale. But wow, is the nose strong on that? I mean, that's a whole flower bouquet of citrus. All right, next one we're doing is another citrus. This is a Citra hop.
There's a little bit more sweetness to this one.
I was almost gonna say a little bit like fruity almost. I would describe it. If you're an entry level into entry IPAs, this would be a nice one to start with. The Citradelic Tangerine IPA. So that's where the sweetness is out of, is the tangerine.
Another great brewery.
Another great brewery, another solid maker. And this beer is the Chinooki.
So is this made just with Chinook hops?
This is just with Chinook hops, yes. That's the Chinooki.
Chinooki.
Yes. And Chinooki, they say, is spicy piney. Stone IPA is made with mostly Chinook hops.
Okay.
Definitely a different nose to it.
There's a lot of pine to it. A lot of pine taste, and you got a little bit of that spice.
It's almost like, I would call it woodsy.
Yes. There we go. Woodsy, earthy.
It's nice, though.
Not spice like pumpkin spice like last week.
No.
But there's a lot of that spicy, piney, or like you said, earthy kind of flavor to it. It's a good beer.
It is. It's one of those that if you mix it in with all the other IPAs that you're drinking, it's going to stand out because it is so different.
So far, this is standing out, and the Galaxy. Because the Galaxy seems a little hazy, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I noticed you enjoyed the Galaxy.
Yeah, I did enjoy the Galaxy.
All right, the next one is if you took all these different hops and threw them in one, this is the Hakuna Matata. Yes, I don't know how they got the name from Disney, but they were able to.
Like the Lion King.
Yep, D9 Brewing, and this is 8 different hops all rolled into one.
I feel like singing that song, but I don't want to get flagged when we put this up on YouTube.
So I'm sure every dollar that you go buying this beer probably goes to Disney somehow.
Somehow. Oh, they own everything now.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I like it there.
It's the happiest place on earth. This is really good. Wow.
Yeah.
Now this is smoother than I thought.
That's what I was just going to say. Smooth.
Really smooth.
But you don't have that floral nose. I'm not even sure what I would call that.
I call this dangerous because you can drink this down really quick. It's really smooth. There's no bite to it.
No.
Really.
And like I said,
IPAs
it's a brew of 8 different hops, 6.6. So it is a little lower on the IPA scale, but much higher than your average, Buttermilk, Coors, Heineken, beers. So the last one we have is the Cascade hops in the Night of the Living Dead. And once again, just because you're saying hops doesn't mean that it has to be an IPA. We had a blonde, we had a couple of pale ales, a couple of IPAs, and now this is a stout brewed with the Cascade hops. Almost every beer has hops in it. So IPAs are brewed more with just hops. The stouts are brewed with hops and a little bit of everything else. I don't really know if I would be able to tell a specific hop.
No.
In a stout, yeah.
In a stout, no.
No. It kind of gets, but it's a nice beer though. Good Halloween drinking beer.
Again, this stout, I like to call these types of beers dangerous because this stout isn't overly thick.
No.
It's easy to drink, this stout right here.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
This is a nice one.
And it's also a lot of the beer makers too are really getting into what types of hops. Trogs, on every one of their 6-packs, you can actually read specifically what type of hops that they're using in their bears.
Now, that's a newer thing because a few years ago, kind of had to guess or look on their website.
Yeah, nobody cared. Yeah.
Now, these hop heads, they're looking for, I want something with just Galaxy, I want something with just Chinook, I want something with Simcoe or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Even on your rate beer sites and beeradvocate.com, you can actually look up beers just by the hop. And then again, if you like one beer, well, take a look, see what that was made with, and maybe you might have a whole line of beers that you're going to start enjoying.
I'm really enjoying that Galaxy. The Galaxy hop, I really, that's...
Yeah, and Lord Hobo, who doesn't want, that's a great name.
Lord Hobo.
Yep, bring a hobo to your next party.
Why not? Hobos need beer too.
Yep.
If you have any questions for us, and I know you do, Facebook.com/Wine Hops and Road Stops is the easiest way to get in touch with us. When we come back, we're taking a road stop all the way across country. We're going to check out some beers from the Las Vegas area. Yes, I was in Las Vegas over the summer. Don't go away. We'll be right back with more wine, hops, and road stops. Ladies and gentlemen, I am in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm about to try some excellent local beers. Well, at least I hope they're excellent. We'll see. I'm going to give you my honest reviews about some beers that I'm going to try at the local casinos here on the Strip, Fremont Street, and around the Las Vegas area. Trying my first beer here, Las Vegas, Nevada. This is Big Dog's Dirty Dog IPA. Should talk about the smell first. There wasn't a lot of it, but just enough. And this IPA is a good average run-of-the-mill IPA. It doesn't have an overabundance of hops in it or citrus flavor, but just enough. Pretty good though. And here's some more stats on the Dirty Dog IPA. It's brewed by Big Dog's Draft House. It's an American IPA, and the ABV is 7.1. Not a light beer, but it doesn't taste like a heavy beer. Right in the middle, decent IPA, but it does get points with me because of the black dog on the label. I love my black dogs. Here I am, everybody, at one of my favorite places to come in Las Vegas. It's the Yard House on the Link Promenade, and I have here some local beers, a nice flight of local beers. Let's start off with the Banger Brewing Company, which is located on Fremont Street. This is a Morning Joe Coffee Kolsch, which has a lot of coffee taste to it. And you can see right now, it's like, it doesn't look like a coffee beer, because these are coffee beers for stouts. Usually they infuse the coffee and the stout together. So usually like a thicker beer than what we got here. This, really light, goes down perfectly smooth. Next up is, I'm probably getting his name wrong, Tenaya Creek Local 702. This is an American Pale Ale. This one, so far, tastes like a run-of-the-mill average pale ale. Still good, but you're not real ale-y. Next up is the Love Lady Seasonal. I'm not going to spend much time on the other one because it was a little unremarkable, a little average. Love Lady Seasonal. I believe this is a hazy IPA. That's what it looks like. It smells like. That's what it tastes like. This was about, ABV varies on this, I'm not really sure. Thank you. She's bringing more beer for my wife. Okay, here's some more information on this Love Lady Brewing Seasonal, but I narrowed it down to a beer I think it is. A Northeast or New England style IPA. It's usually what they call these hazy, juicy IPAs that are all the rage right now. There's a strong tropical fruit note to it, strong aroma of citrus. It seems to be loaded with Simcoe and Citra hops. The ABV is probably around 6%, and I believe it is Love Juice number 13 from the Love Lady Brewing Company. I could be wrong, but that's what seems to match up with the description on their website to what I had. All right, spinning around now. Here we go. The hard stuff here. Now I've had Joseph James Hop Box before. This is a big IPA, about 8.2 from Henderson, Nevada. This is my personal favorite so far on our little trip here to Vegas. Great hop character, great hop taste. Perfect IPA for someone who really likes the IPAs, West Coast IPAs. Next up, Bad Beat Hoppy Time. Another IPA, even bigger, 70%. Less hop character than Joseph James, actually. Less hop character, a little bit maltier, still pretty good. And finally, last but not least, is the Craft House Bellegarde Coffee Stout. Big beer, it's a stout though, so it's only 5.2, but it's a big beer, meaning that it's thicker. I could have a couple of these. Smells like coffee. Tastes like coffee. Actually, the first one though, this has way more coffee taste than the stout, which is surprising, but this whole thing, pretty excellent. I don't eat these things though. This is gross. This is too good for you. Nah, I don't like it. It's raining in Vegas. Graham at Good Springs, Nevada at the Pioneer Saloon. Icky IPA is from Reno, I was told, so it's not local, but it's regional. So it's the closest thing I get to a local beer here, Pioneer Saloon. So here's my beer review. The smell, not overbearing. It's not bad. It's light hop aroma. Taste a little bit more the hop character, and the malt is subtle, right in the back. Nice. I won't call it session because it is 6.4, but it's a nice beer that I think is dangerous because it's really smooth. I could destroy a few of them, no time at all. Very good. And again, another plug for the Pioneer Saloon. Awesome. Welcome back to the last segment of Wine, Hops, and Road Stops right here on location at the Beer Stop. My good friend and co-host, Alan. Alan, I got something I have to throw out here to you, to the audience. I was out with my in-laws and my wife last week. I ordered a bourbon mule, which is just like a Moscow mule, but with bourbon instead of vodka. I was served a bourbon mule that was not in a copper mug. So I have to ask, if the ingredients are the same, but it's not served in a copper mug, is it still a mule?
I would have to say no. I mean, that's one of those definitive products, the Moscow Mule, served in a copper cup.
We threw this question out to our friends on Facebook, and I got a lot of different answers. My friend Pam says absolutely gotta be in a copper mug. My friend Billy was like, don't even drink it at all because it's coppered.
I mean, it's almost like the whole, do you pour your beer into a glass or drink it out of the bottle or can? You know, everybody's going to have their personal opinions, but I would definitely go with the copper cup. I wouldn't order one unless it came in a copper cup.
Is it, I don't know. Well, what do you have here at the Beer Stop this week that's new?
We just got an order in from one of our obscure suppliers. We got about 70 or 80 new beers this week. Lord Hobo being one of them. We got about 8 or 9 of those, which look really good. And after the first one I tried from them, I'm really looking forward to it. We also got 5 barrel-aged beers from Founders.
Life is too short to have bad beer, so drink a good beer and get it from the Beer Stop. We'll see you next time on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops.